Hello, it's Wessel here, and thanks for joining me as I continue on my adventures in SnowRunner on hard mode. And today we're at day 47 here in Zurdania. As we're kicking through the days, we managed to knock over a contract yesterday, fertilising the fields, and today we're going to try and see if we can knock over Gifts of the Sun Practice. So the third of the three Gifts of the Sun ones, which is basically taking stuff down to the solar panel plant down in the southwest of the Valley of Falling Rocks. So we've got the coiled tubing semi-trailer already attached on, and we've taken it to the train station on our way to the gateway. I'm hoping we should be pretty right to then bring it through and then take it sort of around, up and around. So this will be quite a journey today. We may only just get this delivered today. It certainly is not something we can do quickly and easily. Anyway, we won't do it at all if we don't get started. So let's swoosh on over to the PlayStation. And there we are, happily, with our ZikZ waiting there. Ready to go. Where's my controller? Right. Fire it up. We are off. So we're going to basically head through to the gateway. And then once through the gateway, I'm going to head up past the Sawmill and take the long way to get to the solar panel plant, solar power plant. Ran on a bit. All should be fine. Whoa! Bit of a kick off something, because the trailer kicked off the rocks. Might just need to be careful here, so let's keep it away. Oh, did we go too quick? Oh yes, a little bit too quick. We're a little bit excited there and got ourselves a tree. Let's go around that way. Just don't want the trailer to track up and over those rocks too much. Crabbing along there a bit. Now we're okay. Kind of making this as easy as we possibly can because we're using the big ZikZ to do it. So, that's the biggest hammer we have in our tool shed. But he should work okay. If he can't do it, then nobody can. Hopefully it'll help us get through some of the nastier bits just by its sheer power. So once we get into the other map, I'll pull up the map and show you roughly the plan for how we're going to get to the other spot. So we're going to come along here. We're going to try and do this tight turn and then come along this way. This way, past the slip up, all the way through onto the train or past the train track. Back this way, refuel at the fuel station, skididdly through, and then down to here. So it's by far the longest path. If we were to go this way, there's a spot here that is just truly horrible, and I would be very frightened to do. If we were to try to come up this way, I just don't think we're going to be able to do these sort of turns without tipping over. So we're sort of left that we have to come this way. Now I've never actually bumped down there. I don't think we can cut that corner, but we might have a very close look at that when we get to it. Let's see if we can cut that corner at all. Because it's going to be very tight otherwise, but it just might be what we have to do. So again, we're going to go wide around here. don't want the trailer to get caught on those rocks. Lay right on the very edge. Yeah, I don't really feel comfortable trying to go down the inside of that tree. That would be hard. I'm going to have to sort of bring the trailer over here. Oops, too far. We want to get the back of the trailer as close to that tree as we can. Right, way around. Now if we can get around without hitting that other tree. Is the dynamics when you've got this trailer on, or any of the big trailers I guess, just changes how this truck turns. It doesn't turn. I think it's because basically the trailer is pushing down on the rear of it, so your turning wheels aren't getting any weight over them at all, so they just don't work. You just don't turn. We've seen that before with the Pacific P16 at times. Oops, that was it's right where I did want to be. You just don't want to be right on that rock. Get me off the rock. Can't quite straddle that rock. I thought maybe I could. Couldn't quite. Again, just struggling to... All the more reason we don't want to do anything nasty. Just don't have the control of the truck that we need. So we're going to take the long way under the hope that it'll be the easiest. I reckon now that the trailer's bottoming out, luckily because we've got the ZikZ, it's got enough strength, we can just pull it over there. A lot of the other trucks just wouldn't be able to do that. It'd be a lot better driving than I do to make it work. Let's see if we can get across this bridge. Not looking. Plus maybe. If I remember, we actually turn right here. I'm going to check the map before I do it, because I can't remember anything. And in fact, we do. We turn right and we go along this path. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Past the little truck we left there. All the way along here. And I probably won't jump up onto the train line. I think I'll stick down even though it's muddy and disgusting. That'll be tricky. And we'll get through there, around there, up here. Fuel station. And once we're at the fuel station, it's pretty easy to run down through the street and then all the way out to the transformer yard. Let's see how we go. I'm sure you could do this with a smaller truck, but it'll be a lot harder. Dan would probably be able to do it okay. You start to really push the Tayga. I don't reckon the Voron G would like it very much at all. Why bother with them when you've got something as good as the ZikZ 605R? It just didn't turn when I thought it would. Like that. I don't know how this will go, but I figure why not put this little guy behind me while I'm going. Only the hardest rather to pull. Right there. You can go. Getting there, but it's hard. Little trailer going right behind. Might have to let go of him. Not easy. It's the loose rocks that do it. Just get under the wheels and can't get any grip. I might actually get up and look at that little trailer, that little truck. He's going to hope that he's going to keep himself on his wheels. Now, he's obviously not. A bit of trouble with something. So he's probably fallen off the cliff. No. That's all right. Why he was getting so much damage back there. Maybe he just hit a big rock. Right in the ruts, so we haven't got much control over where we're going. Yes, doing this with anything smaller would be quite a challenge. to get to the spot where we fixed the train line. I'll be able to leave that little truck behind, probably. I wasn't going to, but I think I will. See if we can get up here. Here. That. I'll leave him there. Oh, yeah, caught that one. Just caught the rubbish bin. Came through here to try and avoid the rather nasty turn there. At least now we've got an easier turn. Got to pull up and over to get to the fuel station. It will be a bit of a challenge because there's all these loose rocks everywhere. We'll take our time to get there. And we'll be able to fuel up, so that's good. Doing pretty well. Turn. No, this bit will be a bit yuck, but we've got some fallen trees we can winch from if we really need to. Trying to get away from that inner wall. I don't want the trailer to get up on that inside rocky wall there, because that will be annoying. Alright. Dare I say it, I think the worst of this run is probably done. You just watch, I'll tip over in a minute now. Should be able to get through to the retreat okay. Then the only trick's going to be getting through the retreat. I think if we go not right immediately, if we sort of kick straight through and then right later, it'll work better. Turn. Don't. Actually, we might take a photo here where we're getting near that rock formation. Yeah, very near that rock formation. Let's get past that big rock. If we sort of get there, that might make a pretty good photo. Back that way. Big rocks behind us. Something a bit different. Let's do that. Lovely. And now, get through the retreat with this trailer on. I caught it on that side. I'm hoping I did. I hope it's not that it's caught on the gateway. I wonder if it's going to be caught on that gate. And the little Switzerland sign. I'm hoping that it was just caught on the side. Very interesting. Oh, we've got some real weird stuff going on. So the first part get through, the second bit looks like it can't. Okay. A bit of damage incoming, I'd say. Definitely get over there, no trouble. Now make it through there. I'll just do a bit of winchy winch. Or not. I was going to go down that straightway, but given that I'm now sort of being kinked into here, we'll go through this one. Whatever is the straightest line that we can manage. So that was a little bit harder than I kind of thought it might be. I've forgotten about that sign over the top. We are almost at the solar panel plant. Yeah, bad angle, bad angle. Goodness for the power of the ZikZ, just pulls it through. How many trucks wouldn't have been able to do that? They had to go back and straighten it up. We were lucky. Now the transformer plant is right at the top of the hill. I think the best way is to go up the middle and across the back of the transformers, across the back of the solar panels. This side needs to be a very Austin Powers effort. Yeah. I'm hoping we're going to miss that paragraph hole there. Ooh, it's more of that thing, is it? Okay. We're going to be able to do this or not. I have to do a lot of jiggery pokery. We'll try. yeah, see there how the truck would not go back on the angle it normally goes back on because we're already hitting the side of the trailer. I don't think it actually made any difference, did it? Okay, we've got to try and come from the other side then. Okay, so we've got to take the trailer through there and turn it around. Take it all the way around the back and bring it in through there, maybe. This is where it starts to get a bit tricky. Got a few tight turns to make. You might be able to come in through there. Too many tree stumps in the way. Is that a tree stump? Yes, it was. Another tree stump. Go though. Beat the whistle. So we have successfully delivered the whatever that was trailer. Now we need a transformer. And I don't know. I think they're on the other map. Oops. I think they're on the other map. Transformer. I think it's... Is it up there? Oh, that's the thingy. Transformer. Ah, railway station. Now, how big is a transformer? I'm trying to remember. Is a transformer 3 slots or 2? I think it's 3, but let's have a little look. And hop in the Voron. Pretty sure the transformers we played with in Washington. I think they're 3 slots. Can't remember. So we'll just have a quick look because we've got the Voron right there. So if it's 2 slots, I'll be able to pop it in the Voron. If it's 3 slots, I'll have to take the Voron G back. Let's just have a quick look. Three slots. Yeah, okay. I couldn't remember. I thought it might have been, to be honest. That's a bit of a pity. So, back to the other map. We've got 2 choices. We can either bring the Tayga back and over, which we need to do anyway, or we can bring the Voron. Oh, I'll surely bring the Voron. Definitely the Voron, just because it's closer. We could bring the Tayga back and do another task, but where's the fun in that? We'll bring the Voron over, because he's not that far away. And that should be fine. Right, so he's currently hiding his face in the trees. Right, let's drive out then. Of course, there's going to be tree stumps in the way, because there's always tree stumps in the way. Right, so we've got to bring this guy back all the way to the gateway, and through the gateway over to the train station. Have our transformer. Of your uncle. We've come back this way a couple of times now, so We should be able to do this. Completely messed up that corner. Nasty. Just slide across them. Oh, good. I was looking down there, didn't I? I looked down there to see whether or not you can... I don't know. I don't know. That's a no from me. Not in a Voron G with a semi-trailer on the back. Maybe if I was in a little Scout. Maybe. That's the thing with coming this way, is you've just got to be aware of these two right-hand turns. They both want to knock you over. Very mean. Once you get past them, the rest of it's okay. Oh, except for that bit. That was so weird. That was really weird. Didn't expect that. Didn't expect that one little bit. How annoyment. In terms of plans for the ZikZ, I don't think I've got any now. I think it's pretty much done its work. I don't think there's any other high saddle things to do. So it might get to run the 6-slot trailer. I am not going that way. We're going this way. I'm going to go the long way just so I can get to the bottom of the ravine where the ZikZ is. Otherwise, it's going to be a bit hard. Is this the spot where I cut through? It is, isn't it? I'm just doing the reverse of what I've done in the Tayga and the ZikZ earlier on. Down there. I was going to head round to the train line. Snaffle a little ZikZ, a little Voron, getting back on his wheels. Oh, nice driving the ZikZ. It's just so easy. You don't have to think. Just put your foot down and go. That's when you get a bit caught out when you switch over to something else. It's like, no, surely this just goes. Ooh. But not always. So we should have a little Voron just along here a bit. Where are you, buddy? I've missed him. I have. He's right there. Where are you? He's up there somewhere. The advantage of doing this in the daytime would have been I would have been able to see him. In the night time, he was hiding. Yummy. Yeah, don't look. Ooh. So don't tell me you're going to be naughty and try and get yourself stuck somewhere. That's the way. Over you go. And no, you didn't quite finish the gymnastic move. Flippity flip. Plonk. Ah. Little Voron G is back on his feet. He'll be able to come back. Trying to get this guy out of the way. Let's see those again. This is dark. Sneakily hide him in there. And squeak you around. And continue on as if nothing had happened. Oh, I don't like that. Get through there. Oh, I kind of can. It's just not quite what I thought. Right. So we'll continue on as we had planned, head back through the gateway. We'll take the normal path that we often take. hopefully not fall over again. Down between our sneaky trees. So, that one. Above that one. And both up. That's pretty cool. Go and get ourselves a transformer. I don't know if we should be bringing anything else with us, but we won't because I haven't looked ahead that far. But that'll get us through to the other map. Yay! So back to Zurdanian Valley, and then nip round to the train station. We can refuel from the step, so we don't have to go all the way to the fuel station. And then we can make it all the way back to the power plant, the solar power plant. Let's get to the train station and load up our transformer. Wobbly there. We'll go through and turn around and load up. Just do a turn here. I think we probably can. Turning circle in the Voron's pretty good. Now, I'm going to be a bit naughty and I'm just going to bang that in there because I can't be bothered manually loading that one. How naughty. But when you've got 7.2 million credits and not much to spend it on, you might as well. Right, so that's pretty good. Yeah, just back to the gateway, isn't it? Yeah, okay, so we're going to go just back to the gateway and then through. Rightio. Let's go and deliver this transformer. Well, this would be quite heavy for the Voron to take anyway, but you'd hope, given it's only 3 slots, should be pretty right. Quite a bit easier than the and the big trailer we just pulled earlier. We should get well on our way to the delivery point, which I think is exactly the same as where we just were with the, or where we were earlier, I should say, with the 6. Definitely it's down there somewhere at that transformer solar panel plant. There we go. So much nicer than that great big trailer we were just pulling. Got to be just a bit careful I don't get carried away because it's so much lighter. We're going to cut between our trees like we normally do, so we're doing the same path that we've always taken with the Voron. We're not going to take the long path that we took with the ZikZ. In the trees. Just around that tree. And back on the path. Although this is a heavy 3 slots, only 3 slots, so we shouldn't be any worse off than when we were bringing 4 solar panels before, and certainly better off than when we were bringing 2 metal beams and 2 cement. So, I'm hoping this will be fairly achievable. Just don't think we're going to have quite enough time left to finish it, but we'll probably get close. Just try and get around the inside of that rock. That's it. I might do my little trailer trick here. I feel like it's not quite where I want it to be. We just use that little winch to get the trailer a bit more behind us. Otherwise, it's being a bit annoying. Take a standard path to get from the little train station over to the solar plant. You can stay in high gear first. Oh, that felt awful for a second there. Should be able to turn up here. The only bit I'm worried about tipping. Doing a pretty good job of staying stable. Oh, well, we're doing very well for time. Ended up being quite a bit quicker than I thought it would be. Now, are we going to be able to deliver it up this marked path? Should be able to. Go. East of the sun, Practise. Oh, goodness me. I don't know what just happened then, but oh, probably got a power grid set up. Yes, the transformer would have popped in there. Time to think about distributing power to the neighbouring villages. By the way, a nearby guest house has already supplied a supply. Oh my goodness, I can't read. By the way, the nearby guest house has already signed a supply contract with us. All thanks to you. Here's your reward. Hooray! Very good. So, that's really good. We've done well. I didn't expect to finish that today. So that's 2 contracts we finished today. So now, we've got to think about what we want to do next. Oops. Right, so we've got encouraging growth, which is the 5... fertilizers getting delivered all over the shop. Got minerals in the ground, which is scanning the south, the east, the west, and the north ridge checkpoints. Yeah. We've got dry spell, which is water. East to west, short logs and packaged sand. Short logs and medium logs. Fertilizer and consumables and service parts and medium pipe. Medium pipe, we haven't seen medium pipes for a while. Going into there. So that may well be the one we do next. Service scout. So more things when we're there. Agricultural grants. I've still got to do that one. And a few more. What are you waiting on? You're waiting on fixing up. You're waiting on east to west. And you're waiting on minerals in the ground. Okay. Well, I think we might do that one that gives us the fields are abloom. I'm not going to move to Zurdanian Valley to start this objective. Oh, how weird. You can only... That's weird. All right. We're going to get the Tayga because it's the one that's got the stuff on it. We're going to take him back, and we might drop off one at that northwest place, which is the first one of that other contract. So we can then take 4 more with the north gateway into Zurdanian Valley. we are going to have to come up here a bit more yet to get quite a few more loads of fertiliser. Could we have made that around there? Maybe not. We're getting close. Sometimes close enough isn't good enough. Where am I actually going? Right, I'm going to follow this path down. I don't think I want to try and go through there. That looks horrible. So we're going to follow this path down, around here, down to here. No, cut back through there. Get back here, around here, over to here, and get back to there. That's probably about as much as we'll get done today. We are heading back to the Zurdanian Valley. Oh yes, I don't like the look of that top way at all. Got a great big boulder in the middle of it. Oh. Sorry, tree. First time I've seen that happen too. We've actually gone up in the air. Stay more on the road, shall we? Go steady. Might winch that way, anyway. It's really close to falling off the edge there. That's the sort of thing I do when it gets to the last few minutes of the day, isn't it? Finish off the edge of the world. Got to where I wanted to get to. 6:00. Oh, we've got plenty of time. That's 4 minutes. Rightio. So we're going to head up via the sawmill, cut through, get across to the top. I've still got, plenty of time. Must be something about carrying fertiliser, because this one's doing it too, that sort of clank sound. Makes me think that I've broken the fuel tank every time. Why don't we take the path? Why don't we have a quick look also at this task? Yeah, so there's, no, it's a bit out of our way. Where's the third one? Oh, way out of our way. Ugh. I suppose we could go that way. Well, we're heading back here, really. So why don't we do a couple of these on our way? Not exactly ideal, but why don't we give it a go? We won't do this whole task, but at least we'll knock over the checkpoints that are sort of near enough on our way. That one. And I just got to cut across there. Up there. Had to cut off quite a lot. Almost at the end of the day now anyway, so that's okay. All the way up here, we'll be back on the road. It's just there. Well, that's a lot better than going all the way around. So I'm going to call that as being close enough to 8 o'clock. So from here, so I'll just put some markers in for tomorrow. We'll work our way over there, up there, back round there. So it's a little bit twisty-tidy. Again, why would we do that rather than going up through here? I like going up through there. That looks a lot nicer. And then that way. And then that's probably all we'll do for this, because I think the 5th checkpoint is further away. So I think the 5th checkpoint's back up here somewhere. So we won't do that. But now we've set that for tomorrow. We'll be able to pick that up and continue on. But oh my goodness, we got 2 things done today. We fertilised the fields and we got a gift from the sun, Practise. 2 good contracts. So yeah, after, was it yesterday or the day before when we didn't get anything done, we have now managed to knock over a couple. So yay! But that's it for today. So hopefully tomorrow we might get a bit further with the verdant fields or whatever it was, the one I'm planning to do when we get back into Zurdanian Valley. And then we might need to start thinking about doing some short logs. So a bit more logging again. But anyway, that's it for today. Hope you enjoyed. We had 1 mandatory flip, but it didn't slow us down much, so that was good. And otherwise, a pretty constructive and good day overall. But that's it for today. So thanks for watching, and hopefully you'll join me again tomorrow. Bye-bye for now. Bye.